Well, hey, everybody, this is Tanner Mulvihill over at Bayfield Home Loans. And if you like talking year-end real estate in Embrey Mill, then I got the perfect person for you. Homeowner, real estate superstar, my friend, Ann Marley Green. Ann, how are you?
I am doing great. It is really cold outside, so I am hunkered down inside my Embrey Mill house and we're ready to go.
That's right. That's right. Well, this one's going to be a good one for the folks. Like, if you are interested in the stats for what happened in Embry Mill for the last 12 months, then Ann's really going to go over that for you. But we always like to do kind of a recap of the previous month first. So let me go and get that up on the screen for us. And the first one we're going to talk about is kind of what's going on in real estate markets. So this was for November, if I believe. But go ahead. The floor is yours. What am I looking at here, Ann?
Yeah, so not too many sales in the neighborhood for the month of November. It's pretty normal. It's a slow
Yep.
time of season. Not a lot of people want to move during the holidays. But we did see homes sticking around about 61 days. So around 2 months on the market is what you can expect to get your home under contract. There are, of course, outliers. So some were above 100 days. Some were in the first 7 days. We can, always talk about your options and how you get that 7 day number
Right,
versus
right.
100 day number.
There's gold in the backyard, Ann. Let's list that.
Yeah. But about 2 months average to get your home sold in the neighborhood. Highest price was 720,000, which was obviously a single family home. Lowest price was 533. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time with words today. $1,000. That was a townhouse. So a little bit lower numbers for the single family homes than we are used to seeing. But that's pretty much on par with most of Stafford County right now.
I think in pretty much anywhere in Northern Virginia, that is a growing trend for sure. And we'll go into kind of like where may potentially we think 2026 is going to go. But just to give folks, that's what was happening in November. And you got Thanksgiving. I believe there was a snow day or two in there, so it just kind of impacts how things go. So now let's take a look at the rental market, because this was interesting. I was compiling a list of what the BAH rates were for 2026 and what that is going to equate to and your ability to purchase a home. But go ahead, talk to us a little bit about the rental market right now at Embrey Mill.
Yeah, so our neighborhood is very rental heavy. There
Yep.
were 53 homes that rented in the neighborhood this year.
Wow.
Um, and there is, obviously a big difference between the single family home price and townhome price, but not that much of a difference if you think
Right.
about the size of some of these homes. So average single family home is just under $4,000 a month. Average townhouse is just over $3,000 a month for those. So a great neighborhood if you're thinking about not selling your house, but putting it on the rental market. It could be a great way to get some passive income.
Yep. And on that point, we're going to come back and we're going to do a drawing for everybody that is so kind to watch our videos and comment and reaches out and all that good stuff. So we're going to do a drawing. And so everybody watch for our next video on that. So we're not going to give that stat away, but talk to me a little bit of kind of the general market for 2025 for Embrey Mill. Not the number of solds, because that's one we're gonna tease the folks with.
So always a lot of homes being sold in the neighborhood. It was I would say, slower year in the neighborhood than we have seen the past couple of years.
Let me ask you a question on that. Because of the amount of construction that Embry's had in the past, would those have contributed to, though there was 171 homes that sold in 2021 or whatever a number would be, would that have contributed to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
When you have people that are shopping the neighborhood back when they were doing new construction still, there were certainly buyers that were looking at, building from the ground up and looking at existing homes. They just had a lot more options and there were a lot more sales those years. There's only one home that is left to be sold new construction that is over on Box Elder in phase
one. Wow.
one. It actually might be under contract now. I haven't looked at it this week. But otherwise, it's going to be resales in the neighborhood for the single family homes and then just those condos for the 55 and olders. So yeah, looking into 2026, I think it is going to be a listing heavy year. I think there's going to be a lot of homes for sale in the neighborhood. And so if you have any questions about timing of that to kind of beat that wave of all them coming on, you can give me a call and we can start that conversation.
That's a great point, and we're going to go into a listing that you really you just kind of showed your value that we're going to talk about here coming up. But the first one, let's get to the listings for the folks so that you picked for me here. So we got three that we're going to go over, and the first one is 241. Excuse me, let me get it pulled up correctly. 241 Smoke Bush Drive, currently on the market for 625,000. So a little bit less than kind of what we've seen as the standard single family sales price right now. But tell me about this property, or am I looking at a townhouse? I'm actually not sure.
So it's in the 55, but it looks like a single family home.
Oh, okay, okay.
Older section of Embrey Mill. It is an N unit, so those are highly sought after. Obviously, they have one neighbor to contend with, and it does back to an open space right now. They do have fully paid off solar panels that are going to, of course, convey with the house. It's been on the market a little bit. It's been on 160 days. So they are just waiting for the right buyer to come in. I love these townhouses. If I were old enough, I would buy one myself, but they just, they look so much like a single family once you're inside them that it's really a great option for people who are looking for an active adult community, but not ready to let go of some of your freedoms in the single family home world.
Right, and especially because it is an end unit. I mean, that really is an attractive thing for a lot of people, including myself. So that's interesting, though, that the time on market, because what we had seen throughout the year is that those 55 up homes were like flying off the market for the most part. So.
Yeah, there really have not been too many of them. They're pretty fresh in terms of, age of the house. This one was 2022, so it's only 3 years old. And there really aren't that many of them in the neighborhood. So they typically do go pretty fast once they're on the market.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So is this kind of a bonus area for where the kids are going to go when they come visit? Like, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I think it's just a large flex landing space when you go upstairs. So I've seen people turn it into a playroom, an office, library. I mean, it's kind of a bonus room to do as you please.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, great looking house, just like all the construction over there, and I'm sure we will see that one in one of our future reports under contract. So that's just kind of how it goes. So unfinished basement for the folks, but I mean, a lot of room to kind of finish it off how you want.
Well, and it actually has a finished component to it. So that's just the storage space down there. But it's got a whole little wet bar. I mean, it's pretty move-in ready, in my opinion.
Let me ask you a question. So, and we're going to get to a listing that we're going to talk about in a minute that you've really come in and just changed how that was going for the seller. If you have something sitting like this, what are your thoughts on staging? Should they do virtual? Like what would you do to kind of get the juices going on this one?
Yeah, it's definitely important to keep listings fresh for the ones that are sitting around on the market a little bit longer. The general rule of thumb is 2 weeks is when listings get stale on, the MLS and third-party websites. So sometimes it doesn't mean full-blown staging in the house. It can be virtual staging in the pictures. It can just be rearranging the pictures. I mean, there's a whole bunch of tools that we can do to kind of keep it fresh. I like to do a rotation of open houses just because that keeps the listings fresher in the search results on those third-party websites. But yeah, you could certainly have a stager come in and place some furniture in those rooms to kind of give buyers an idea of, size of furniture or where they could place their items in the home. But yeah, there's lots of options that you can do for a home that's sticking on a little bit longer.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go on to the next one for everybody that we're going to chat about. And look at that. It's 176 Verbena Drive. I know we know this one quite well. This one is currently pending. And the reason that we say we know this one quite well, because Ann, this is your listing, but you were not the first agent to get a crack at selling it. So talk to us a little bit about the process, how you got the listing, stuff like that.
Yeah, no. So this is a home that has been listed. I'm the third agent to list this house at no fault of the seller. They just unfortunately got some bad counsel, got roped into some situations that weren't ideal for what they were trying to do with the house, and got tied up in some things that just kind of dragged the listing along a little bit longer than they obviously would like. But I am always excited to get to tackle these second time listing homes, just because I always tell people that realtors, we all basically look the same online with our credentials, but every realtor has a different process for how they're going to handle their listings, what they're going to offer to their clients. And it's just really exciting to get one of these opportunities to kind of show your worth as an agent.
Yep.
And very excited that we are under contract on that one, and got to interact a little bit with the buyers that are coming in. And I feel like Embrey Mill is just going to be a great fit for their family too.
That's awesome. And it's really just kind of to illustrate for the folks that those of you that watch our videos, the seller reached out to Ann because of one of the videos, and that's what led down the conversation, and then you getting the listing, and now we're under contract. And then next month, we'll probably have a chance to talk about how that turned out. But that's really goes to the importance of and the value of having an agent in the neighborhood, because I can tell you, there is nobody in Embrey Mill as a realtor that cares more than Ann what the value of the houses are going to do, because as a homeowner there, that's important.
Yep, we always want to see all those numbers go up, 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 up. And it can be just this started off as a very casual conversation. She saw our video, she wanted my opinion, and we just had a very, very casual conversation over the phone. And sometimes you just talk to somebody and it clicks, and
Yep.
When a seller puts their trust in you, that's a great feeling. And I'm so happy at the results we've gotten so far.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll be able to chat about that one next month. So, okay, let's get to the next one that we're going to talk about today. And this one is one that closed. So this is 1092 Aspen Road, closed for $645. Tell me a bit about this property. What caught your eye about this one?
Yeah, so this is actually another update. We've talked about this one a couple times on these videos before. It is finally sold. It kind of had a roller
I
coaster
remember the yard
situation. One of our videos that we did together, we were talking or focusing mostly on homes that have been sticking around on the market a little bit longer. So this is a success story for our old neighbors and for our new neighbors that moved in. But they did close after being on the market 195 days. So if you are one of those listings that is one of those outliers that we talked about at the beginning, being on the market over 100 days, just know there is hope for you. Don't get
That's right.
frustrated. But yeah, always happy to see this end result for a seller.
And that's good. I mean, because one of the things when you have a listing, whether it went under contract, fell out of contract, goes back on the market, et cetera, is that chips into those days on markets, right? So especially if they've sat around for a while. But it's good for them that this got sold, and just another families welcome to Embrey Mill. So let's go ahead and let's kind of wrap it up with some 2025 thoughts. What do we got leading into 2026? What are you kind of feeling out there as a military spouse? What are you hearing? Are people moving in the area? Tell me a bit about your thoughts.
Yes, I have been inundated with buyers saying their orders are set, and they're starting to set up those search portals. Not ready to jump the gun and put any offers in yet, but there are definitely buyers out there that are looking to see what they can get in different areas around all the bases here.
Yep.
So if you are thinking about putting your house on the market, I have heard a lot of chatter from sellers that pulled their houses off the market in the fall just because it was so slow during the government shutdown. So we do expect a lot of new listings coming on the market in 2026, which is great for buyers because maybe they'll have more options than they've previously had. But from a seller perspective, I think timing of when you're going to put your listing on the market is going to be really, really important in 2026.
Yeah.
So definitely good to start those conversations sooner rather than later.
Well, and that really comes down to as well the importance of knowing the right number to list it at. Because if you overshoot by $10,000 and there are 3 properties that are very similar to yours, and those 3 go under contract, it's really tough to then make your way back to getting under contract, right? Because then you go, oh, okay, well, maybe let me lower it $10,000. Well, by the time you've done that, those are already comps for the ones that are coming on the market that are fresh and new, and the ones people are going to look at. So it's not a science, but it's definitely an art, and Ann is one of the best. So if you were out there watching our videos, you're getting ready to list your house, or maybe it didn't sell and you want a second opinion, you need to reach out to Ann. She'll get it sold for you.
Yes, I would love to just have a casual conversation, talk through your options. Always happy to talk real estate. It is one of my favorite things.
That's right. That's what we do. That's what we do. Well, Ann, as always, thanks for hopping on with me. I mean, we're looking forward to seeing everybody in 2026. So we'll talk to them then.
All right, thank you for having me.